My name is Samantha. I still remember the look on my mother's face during Uncle Henry's will reading. It was a mix of shock, disbelief, and desperation as the attorney, Miss Laura Thompson, read the clauses that would shatter her hopes. Uncle Henry had been like a father to me. He built a successful real estate business, Thompson Realty, from the ground up. He took me in when I was just a young girl, thrown out by my biological family. Let me rewind. I grew up in a small town in rural Texas. My father, Jack, was a strict and cold-hearted man who worked as a ranch hand. He was always ruled by my mother, Linda. She was a manipulative and self-centered woman who ran the household with an iron fist. I have an older sister, Ashley, who was their golden child. She had long, blonde hair and a charming personality, and she could do no wrong in my parents' eyes. For Ashley's 16th birthday, they threw a huge party on the ranch with a live band and a custom-made cake. But for my 14th birthday, it was just a simple dinner with a store-bought cake that had the wrong name on it. I realized then that I was the unwanted child in the family. When I was 14, I got accepted into a prestigious astronomy camp in California. It was a full scholarship program that would have been a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me. But Ashley wanted to go to a fashion design workshop in New York, and it was expensive. At dinner one night, my mother told me to decline the astronomy camp. Samantha, we can't afford to send both of you to these programs, and Ashley's workshop will help her future career, she said coldly. I was shocked and angry. No, I said firmly. I earned this scholarship. It's mine. My mother's face turned red with anger. If you can't sacrifice for this family, then you're not part of it, she hissed. 3 days later, when I came home from school, I found my belongings packed in old suitcases on the front porch. My mother stood in the doorway, arms crossed. I called Henry, she said. He'll take you. From now on, you're his problem. I waited on that porch from sunset until midnight. It was cold and dark, and I was so scared. Uncle Henry lived in Houston, a few hours away. He drove all night to get to me. When his old pickup truck pulled into the driveway, I ran into his arms and sobbed. From now on, you have a home, he said softly. I didn't know then that my mother had signed a document giving up her parental rights before Uncle Henry left. It was a legal transfer of guardianship. I was just a scared kid, wondering what I had done wrong. Uncle Henry's house in Houston was a haven for me. He believed in me and encouraged me to pursue my dreams. I worked hard in school and graduated at the top of my class. I got a degree in business administration from the University of Houston with a full scholarship. Uncle Henry gave me internships at Thompson Realty, and I worked my way up to become the assistant manager. Over the years, my biological family reached out to me a few times. The first was when my father lost his job, and they wanted money from Uncle Henry. He refused. The second was when Ashley got married, and she sent me an invitation without a personal note. I didn't go. The third was when my mother heard about Uncle Henry's success and sent me an email saying she hoped we could catch up. I deleted it without replying. In 2024, Uncle Henry was diagnosed with terminal cancer. He updated his will a few months before he passed away. When he died peacefully in his sleep, I was heartbroken. A week later, I got a call from an unknown number. It was my mother. Samantha, I heard about Henry. I'm sorry for your loss. I think I should come to the will reading, she said. I knew right away that the real reason was money. She hired an attorney, Mr. Robert Harris, to challenge the will, claiming that I had unduly influenced Uncle Henry. They demanded to attend the will reading as family members. At the will reading, my mother walked in like she owned the place. She was wearing an expensive dress and had a haughty look on her face. Behind her were my father, Ashley, and Mr. Harris. Miss Thompson began to read the will. When she reached the part about my father, she said, I make no provision in this will for my brother Jack Thompson. In 2010, he borrowed a large sum of money from me with a promise to repay, but he never did. Also, he and his wife Linda voluntarily relinquished their parental rights to Samantha, transferring full guardianship to me. My mother jumped to her feet. What does that have to do with anything? She shouted. Miss Thompson continued calmly. By legally terminating their parental relationship with Samantha, Jack and Linda severed any claim they might have had to inherit from me through her. My father stood up too, looking pale. This is ridiculous. I'm Henry's brother, he said. Mr. Harris tried to calm him down, but his own face was ashen. Ms. Thompson then produced the legal document of the relinquishment of parental rights. "This document is on file with the county court," she said. "As far as the law is concerned, Jack and Linda stopped being Samantha's parents the moment they signed this. My mother was in a frenzy. She manipulated Henry. She poisoned him against us," she screamed. But no one was listening. Then came the most important clause. "I bequeath my entire estate, including Thompson Realty and all my assets, to my legally adopted daughter, Samantha Thompson. She has been with me through thick and thin, and I trust her to continue my work," Miss Thompson read. My mother's face went white. She couldn't believe it. "This can't be legal," she whispered. Mr. Harris just sat there, speechless. Miss Thompson also read a personal letter from Uncle Henry. "Samantha, I knew they would come for the money. But you're the one who truly deserves this. You've overcome so much, and I'm so proud of you," it said. After the will reading, my mother tried to reconcile, but I was firm. "Linda, you stopped being my family the day you signed that paper. I don't hate you, but I don't want a relationship with you," I said. In the following months, Mr. Harris was reported to the State Bar Association for ethical violations. He had a conflict of interest as he had previously worked with Uncle Henry on some minor legal matters. He was suspended from practicing law for a year and fined a large sum of money. A few months later, Ashley sent me a letter. She apologized for not standing up for me when I was kicked out. She said she had been a coward. I decided to give her a chance. We started having monthly phone calls, and slowly, we began to build a relationship. Now, a year after Uncle Henry's passing, Thompson Realty has continued to thrive. I've established a scholarship fund for underprivileged kids interested in astronomy, just like I was. I've learned that family is about choice, and I've chosen the people who love and support me. You don't need anyone's permission to know your worth. And you have every right to set boundaries, even with family. Forgiveness is for yourself, and reconciliation is a choice you make. Your story is yours to write.